Hello everyone, David here, welcome back to BrickVault, and today we have no other than Kylo Ren presenting us his personal favorite form of transportation, the TIE Silencer, which is like the coolest name for a starfighter ever. This model was designed by AceMox, who also designed a few other TIE variants for BrickVault, and yes, this is an update to an already existing model we have available on our website, but it is better in every way. But before I dive a little deeper into the details, let me tell you about our web store www.brickvault.toys, where you can find the building instructions and parts list for this and many more LEGO builds. With your purchase, you support us and the amazing designers we work with, like AceMox. Each model has been built and tested in real life, and we have review videos to watch and the parts lists available for you for free before making the final purchasing decision. So if you see this and think to yourself, hell yeah, this is dope and I need this, then hop on over to our web store that is linked in the video description and start building. Anyways, let's get back to this sequel classic. The TIE Silencer was Kylo Ren's personal vessel used during the time of the First Order's fight against the Resistance. It was super fast, as you can imagine, and even consists of laser cannons and missile launchers. With this ship, Kylo Ren followed in the footsteps of his grandfather Darth Vader, who also flew prototype fighters which got improved by their manufacturing company using the post-flight data provided by the pilots. This silencer was also part of one of my favorite scenes of the sequels, being this one where Kylo Ren hesitates to shoot his mother, followed by one of the worst scenes of the sequels. Anyways, after this ship presumably got destroyed in Snoke's capital ship, Ren flew a TIE Whisper, which we also have available for sale on BrickVault.toys, by the way. This is actually my personal first sequel model I've ever built, so I don't have any other sequel models in the studio to compare it to, but here are some other minifigure scale ships next to it so you can see how it scales compared to those. And of course, here are the dimensions, which are impressive to be honest. And for proper reference, here is a dying cactus next to it, because let's use anything but the metric system. This update actually has almost 700 parts more than its predecessor, making it the largest TIE fighter we have available at over 2,500 parts. It is also about 6 cm longer and 5 cm wider. This is also probably one of the single greatest looking display pieces I've ever owned, just because of its menacing look in all black and trans red. It's so long and pointy, one would think it's absolutely unnecessary large for a single pilot fighter, but not Kylo Ren, who probably has some ego issues that he wants to compensate with his whip. But thanks to that, we got this amazing TIE variant that is probably also my favorite TIE out there. The build was pretty straightforward for a custom build and very frustration free until you get to the wings or solar panels, which is what they actually are, I believe. It was just a little tricky getting them on, but it's also extremely satisfying how they connect, and they are so sturdy at the end that you can barely move them at all. It is also possible to have the ship land on the wings, that's how sturdy they are. But AceMox included a stand that is in my opinion an absolute must for a ship like this. It is built using fully snot techniques and looks pretty cool on its own, to be honest, and displays the silencer at a slight upward angle, which is perfect. It just studs into the underside, pretty simple to put on and take off. Now the stand is not the only removable or movable part on this build. This is not meant to be a playset, so there are not many play features as expected. But of course you are able to put a pilot in the pilot seat. I have a Kylo Ren minifigure here to demonstrate it. The interior is very nicely done. It's a limited access just through the roof, but you can still see some details by peeking inside. There are a couple of control consoles in there, as well as a couple of control levers and a trans-red front to simulate the front window. Speaking of, this front has been redesigned completely compared to Ace's older design. Generally, the model was completely redesigned from the ground up, nothing was copied. You can see that he used these wedge bricks around the cockpit entrance instead of regular slopes. I think this looks much better and cleaner, and I'm always a big fan of when mock builders use panel pieces like Ace did in the front to minimize gaps. You can also see the details have been completely redone in the back. There are many more greebly pieces in use here, and we even have a little bit of gold color here, which is accurate. but my personal favorite detail on this build is the snot approach in the back. Snot meaning stud snot on top, by the way, a technique where the designer lays pieces on their side to create a smooth and much more interesting looking surface. And he did wonderfully here. All pieces line up perfectly and we don't have any steps between the cheese slope pieces. Lego math at its finest, and something I will always appreciate when done so effectively. This is such a beautiful section of the build to look at in my opinion, and we even have the exhaust glow in the back that gets nestled between these angled snot sub-assemblies. Very tastefully done. Now the wings are no different. I'm counting only 2 studs on each side, and those are intentional ones. The wings look great. And so does the underside, that is completely built up just like the top, a detail that absolutely was not necessary since most of its time it was spent on a stand anyways, but the more I can appreciate when designers take their time to refine a model to its core, and that's where the difference is between a simple Lego build and a movie prop worthy master model like this one is. This is the ultimate TIE silencer, and I know I shouldn't be saying this, as there's always a way to make things better as new parts come out, but this is at least the best Lego TIE silencer to date, and will most likely be for the coming few years, that's for sure. Now let me show you a few handling shots to demonstrate the sturdiness and swooshability of the model, while I remind you about the instructions and parts list that are both available on BrickVault.toys. If you want to build your own copy of the model, which I highly recommend, you can do so by visiting www.brickvault.toys or click the link in the video description. You can download the parts lists of our models completely free first to check the prices or search through your own collection before you buy the instructions, so what are you waiting for? Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. That helps us out immensely and keeps us going with many more exciting builds that we make available for everyone to build. And we'll see you next time at BrickVault.